Factoring is the opposite of the distributive property. So we know that we can use this area model to represent using the distributive property. We can multiply the 5 times the x and get 5x in this little box here. Oh, let's get our pen up. So this one would be 5x. And we know we can multiply 5 with the positive 7, and we could get positive 35. So we could represent this either as 5 times x plus 7, and this is like in parentheses because it's representing the whole area, the whole distance, excuse me, or we can represent it as the sum of the two areas, the sum of 5x plus 35. So this is what it looks like before we've used the distributive property and after we've used the distributive property. Factoring is working backwards. So it's starting from where we know the area of the rectangle that we've got, and we're trying to find out what did we multiply by to get that area. So here you can see this height is 5, and so if we multiplied 5 by something to get 5x, clearly the missing piece there is x. So 5 times x gives us 5x. And if I multiplied 5 times something to give me 20, gotta be a positive 4, because 5 times 4 is 20. So just like those multiplication blocks that we did the other day for homework, these are starting with known facts inside the blocks. We're trying to figure out what did we multiply by to get that. So then I could represent this as either the problem, right, the problem that we solved to get this area, which is 5 times x plus 4 in parentheses, or I can represent it as the sum of those areas after we've distributed 5x plus 20. Let's take a look at one more as we do these. So here we've got an area model, but we haven't filled out any of the information yet. So let's take a look up here. Hey, here, 5x plus 35, that's the sum of the areas. So that must go inside our box, positive 35. Remember to keep the signs along with the numbers. And 5 is outside the parentheses, so that must be the height of this block. That must be what they multiplied by. Now we can use the information that we know to figure out what must go inside those parentheses. So 5 times something gives me 5x. Well, 5 times x gives me 5x. And 5 times something gives me positive 35. Well, 5 times positive 7 gives me positive 35. So inside these parentheses, I would write x plus 7. Now you can go ahead and continue factoring on the remainder of the sheet. Enjoy!